I actually was told by a Forest Service administrator, to this day I don't remember who it was, that he thought that picture of my dad in 1939 was the most requested picture that they had of that era. And it wouldn't surprise me because it was so unusual. And then later on, after Dad passed, I actually took that picture down to a photographer, and my mother had very carefully noted, cut out pieces of colors and noted what the colors were, the plane and the parachutes, and or not the parachute, but the suit he was wearing, and even the propeller on the plane. And I took that, the photographer took that, had it colorized with an artist, and then put that back into a picture. So we have an estimate of the original color. And that red suit, by the way, is the one that's now held by and demonstrated by Evergreen Aviation Museum down in McMinnville. So if somebody goes to McMinnville and sees that suit was made in 1939. The Evergreen Aviation Museum was started by Del Smith, who owned Evergreen Aviation. The two companies have since parted over financial issues. I think it's still called Evergreen Aviation Museum, but that's where the Spruce Goose is. You know, the big World War II plane. It's so big you can't believe how big it is. And it's got Del Smith was big on flying. So it's got all kinds of airplanes from way back, way clear up to the current time. And but the Spruce Goose is the big exhibit there. What I plan on doing is contacting the museum, because North Cascades would like to have a copy of that suit for their base, for the obvious reason. And then Chuck Shealy's traveling museum would also like to have a copy of it. And so what I want to do is temporarily retrieve the suit from Evergreen Museum and take it up to Winthrop, and the North Cascades guys will build the suit for nothing. They can get all of the canvas and everything. It's not expensive to build, but they need all the measurements and all that kind of stuff and be able to see how it's put together. But the current suits we have, the jumper suits, are very, very similar to that original 1939 suit. And they built it in stages as they saw the need. Well, we need this, so they added it. And I'm not quite sure where they did all the sewing at the time, but it was pretty rudimentary sewing compared to what you would expect now. But then again, they probably didn't have the machinery we have now.